Hi everyone, my name is Susan Galinsky.
And I'm Denise Grace, and we're the founders of G Squared. So for the best information and advice on how you can have a successful retirement, please subscribe to our channel, click on that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime we upload a new video. So imagine there was a place where you could put your retirement assets, you would have zero market risk, zero fees, and tax advantages, and your money could grow productively based on the performance of an underlying market index such as the S&P. So it sounds too good to be true, right?
Does Disneyland?
Does a place like that really exist? Well, yes it does, and it's called the Fixed Index Annuity. So today we want to look at why we think FIAs, as we call them, are an important part of an overall retirement plan, and what kind of advantages and benefits you might be able to get from them.
Right, thanks. You know, lots of people say, well, I'm not sure what a fixed indexed annuity is. So you know what? Let's take a look at this first slide. So, a fixed indexed annuity is a contract, and your earnings, like Denise said, are based on the performance of a stock market index, such as the S&P. And when you put the money in there, you're not directly investing in the stock market. And because it is an index fund or index funds that your money is allocated to, the annuity is protected against loss of the principal. So let's lay out what a fixed indexed annuity is. Well, it's a type of annuity contract where your earnings are based on the performance of an underlying stock market index, and an example would be the S&P 500. So when you put your money in there, it's important to understand that you're not directly investing in the stock market, and your earnings in the FIA are protected against loss of principal. So when the market goes up, you are going to get a portion of that gain, right? But the more important part is that when the market goes down, you are not going to experience any of that loss.
Right.
And when we get near our retirement years or into our retirement years, that is a very important point. So this is important for those people who are familiar with sequence of return, which is a video that we just did recently, and experiencing a negative sequence of return. And quite often it can be a large amount of time before you could recoup that loss. So with fixed indexed annuities, you don't have to worry about that factor.
Right, you're not having to wait. And you know, with sequence of return risk, that happens when you're withdrawing money from your account. So that's money you'll never earn back.
Right, right, very important point. There really is a bottom line here, which is that it gives you market opportunity, but without market risk. And the insurance company guarantees that you're not going to incur that loss. And for a lot of people who've been in the stock market for years, we all know that sinking feeling sometimes when you go in and you check your balance, and it seems like overnight, all of a sudden, something dropped dramatically, and you just kind of roll your eyes and, you know, shake your head.
And try not to panic.
Right. But you have no control over that. And that's one of the beauties of the fixed indexed annuity, is that you are going to have that control going forward. So Denise, let's focus on a few of the key benefits of a fixed indexed annuity.
Well, to tell you the truth, there are a lot of them, but I'm going to focus on the top four, the ones that are most meaningful to our clients. So number one, the strongest benefit really is, like Susan mentioned, safety of principal preservation with upside potential. And number two, indexed annuities, when they're set up correctly, can give you a contractual lifetime guaranteed income. It can also be set up for both lives. So you cannot run out of income in your lifetime. That's key. That's really important. And can I remind you that when it comes to retirement, there's no income, there's no retirement.
Right, and you know, and I think that that's just such peace of mind when you know that you're covering two lives, because it's inevitable that in a marriage, one of you is going to die first.
Right.
But if you know that that income's going to continue, it's just one less thing to stress about.
Right. And number three, a lot of the different benefits to focus on, but the one that we really like is what's called an enhanced death benefit. There are opportunities, again, and if it's set up correctly, where that death benefit can be paid out over time, and in some cases can equal more than your actual indexed annuity is worth.
You know, and that's something that I have told my beneficiaries to be aware of.
Right.
Because if something happens to you, you've got an FIA, something happens to you, you've got your beneficiaries designated, you want them to be aware of that option, because there's no guarantee that the insurance company is going to tell them about that either. So
Right.
always
Right.
ask,
Always
always
option.
inquire.
Right. And number 4, and we love this about them, if you ever need nursing home care or home care, and I know it's not something that we like to talk about,
No.
but the reality is 50% of you watching this video right now are going to need some type of home care or nursing home care. And again, a properly set up FIA can provide that added benefit for you.
That's great. So here's the bottom line on this. Obviously, we've learned that the indexed annuities, they provide preservation with upside potential, which we
Right.
love. You've got that lifetime income guarantee, meaning you're not going to run out of income in your lifetime.
And on 2 lives.
Yes, and that gives you great confidence going into retirement. You've taught that enhanced death benefit that Denise just spoke about, additional protection on your nursing home and home care. And, you know, don't just take our word for it. You know, here is an article from Forbes, and I'm showing you this slide of how an annuity can help protect you from a retirement risk you might not even know about. And that article talks a lot about sequence of return risk, which we do cover in a separate video. There's also here a white paper from BlackRock. It's got some very powerful statistics in it. And if you'd like a copy of this, just request it in the comment section below, and we will be more than happy to send it your way.
So when I look at studies, and to tell you the truth, I'm the more pragmatic, doubting Thomas person of this team here. Susan is more the touchy-feely one. But when I see studies, or when we look at illustrations, I don't trust anyone, I hate to say it, but I'll rerun numbers, I'll research. So when I see something from Forbes, and when I see something from BlackRock, both supporting what we have been doing with our clients over the years, it makes me feel even more confident. Susan and I have run hundreds of retirement plans for people, and I can tell you that statistically, when we include a guaranteed lifetime income in their overall plan, they end up in a much, much better place. Their money statistically will last them longer. Or, as Susan likes to say, SWAN, sleep well at night.
The
touchy-feely
Swan
one.
effect.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know who's another good source too, if anybody listens to public television, is Tom Hagna.
Tom Hagna, right.
He is not a salesperson. He
No.
does not, you know,
He doesn't mince words, and he's
No.
all about the math, which is,
Yeah.
you know,
which is what this should be about, the data.
right. It's
Yeah.
the math.
Right.
Like, that's exactly what he says.
Right.
So here's the question. Is a fixed index annuity right for you? Well, it depends on your dreams, your goals in retirement, but we would love to have the chance to design one specifically for you,
Right.
and let you see how it might fit into your overall retirement plan. So if you'd like to schedule a chat with us, you can click on that Calendly link below, and let's set up a 15-minute time just to, you know, go over what you need, what you want, what you're looking for. And we'll see if it makes sense to move forward after that. So we hope something good happens to you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't
Yep.
forget to subscribe, share it with a friend. And remember, at G Squared, we value relationships beyond investing.